Great to be here today. Happy Monday, third week of school already. And so, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jake Hasenauer. I'm a senior here. This is my first chapel this semester, actually. I'm student teaching in Hampton, and it's great to be with all of them, but it's even better to be with you. So, the first question I have for all of you guys are, how many of you are seniors and are graduating in May? Raise your hand. It's an exciting time. I know I'm really excited. So, would you believe that in only 96 days, it's graduation, 96 days. And I'm a pretty technical person, so if we broke that down into hours, that'd be 2,304 hours. Or if we're getting super technical, 138,240 minutes. Now that gets me excited, and I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited. So, thinking back about graduation and how close it's slowly approaching, brought me back to a memory clear back from kindergarten. And so, when I went to kindergarten, I went to a small Christian school. And in this small Christian school, we had graduation. And for graduation, our teacher wanted us all to get involved because it was a special time, blah, blah, blah. And our parents thought it'd be pretty cool if we were up there and said something. So, our theme was fruits of the Spirit. And our teacher gave each of us a Bible verse that had to do with the fruit of the Spirit. And I was very condensed, but we were to memorize it and then say it in front of everybody on graduation day. And me, I'm a very shy guy when I was younger. Now, I'm still pretty quiet. When I was younger, and I say shy, I mean shy. Like, if there was an adult that came up and talked to me, I would run behind my mom's pant leg, grab onto it, and wouldn't say a single word. That's how shy I was. So I get this verse, and I go home and tell my parents I have to memorize it, and I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And they're like, come on, Jacob, you can do it. So it approaches that day, and it's kindergarten graduation, and I'm up there, and the teacher finally is like, all right, guys, it's time to walk up on stage and say your verse. So we all line up, and I'm nervous. I'm sitting there, I'm twiddling my thumbs. I'm like, God, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. And at this point, I feel like I'm on the 1999 Grammys. There's Shania Twain, there's Aaron Carter, there's Will Smith, all right in front of me. That's how confident all these kindergartners are. And I'm sitting here like, I don't want to do this. But I finally go up there, and it's finally my turn. They say, Jacob Hasenauer. So I slowly walk up, I'm twiddling my thumbs, and look up at the crowd, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So as fast as I can, I say, express your joy to God, and then run off the stage. Now, I'm not about to do that today, but that's what it brought back to me when I was thinking about graduation. So as I was preparing today, I thought, why York College? And I asked you guys the same question. What brought you to York College? What has kept you here? Why are you here right now? Now, if you would have asked me that question 3.5 years ago, there's no doubt in my mind I would have said that it was definitely because of running. I love to run. I have a passion to run. A lot of times it becomes an obsession. It's something I've loved to do ever since I was in middle school. When I began my running career, I was a sprinter and a shot putter, and obviously I'm not built like a shot putter. So when I got to high school, my coach convinced me that I was going to try distance track and field. So I tried it, I fell in love with it, and so I knew. I had prayed about where I wanted to go to college, and York just kept coming back up on my plate. So I was determined that the reason God wanted me here was He wanted me to run. He wanted me to be a success. I just knew it. We had a new program, and that was why I was here. So I came in with that mentality, and that's how I rolled all my first 3 years here. And then fast forward into this year, I still had that thought. This summer, I really didn't have much desire to come back to York College. I was ready to be done with school. I loved my experiences here, but it was just that time. I was sick of coming back, all the rules, having to have all this, but the only reason I wanted to come back was to run. And I knew that this was my calling, this was my time. God wanted me to shine. That's the only reason He wanted me here in the first place, was to be a success. So I trained hard, ran 11, 12 miles a day, not every day, but here and there. Got just under 500 miles this summer, ate right, and came into the school year fired up and ready to go. So I'm here, back on campus, ready to go, ready to run, and ready to just get by in my classes. And so we're training hard, and finally we get to the first meet. My first meet is in Lincoln, Nebraska, at Woody Green, and it's a beautiful course, very challenging course, but I'm ready to go. I know this is my time, my time. God is definitely, this was my calling in life, and so here I am. So we take off, we do our warm-up, we do our run-outs, say Kikaha, pray, and we're ready to rock and roll. So I'm confident, maybe a little arrogant and cocky, but I'm just ready to go. And so we take off, and I know this is my day. And so we're running along, and then we're approaching the finish line. And I get to the finish line and look up the clock, and I'm like, what is going on right now? Not only did I not PR, my only goal here, not only did I want to be top 3 on the team, I wasn't even a scoring runner, It wasn't my slowest time on the course. It was the slowest time in my 4 years here at York College. Slowest time, and I was like, God, the only reason you wanted me here was to run, and I can't even run fast. What is this? What is this right now? But I'm like, it's all right. He's got better plans in store, and so it'll be all right. So we go week to week, and the same thing happens. I run slower, and I'm healthy, and I'm like, why, God? Why? And so it ends up the end of the year, and I didn't even beat my freshman time. My freshman time, I'm a senior in college. This was my time to shine. God wanted me here to be a success, and I knew it, And so I was so starstruck. I was starstruck to the fact of, why didn't they allow that to happen? So I'm sitting here depressed, worrying about me, worrying about what went wrong in my life. And so I open up my Bible, and I'm like, God, just speak to me. And so I happen to open up to the book of Samuel. And now Samuel, he was the son of Hannah. And Hannah had prayed for a son, and God gave her a son, Samuel, and she promised that if God were to give her a son, she would give him back to God. So when Samuel was of age, she gave him back over to the church. And Eli was the priest, and he was the overseer of Samuel. So one day, it was nighttime, and Samuel was asleep, and so was Eli, and Samuel is asleep by the ark of God, and he hears a voice that says, Samuel, Samuel. And so he runs to Eli's room and says, yes, Eli, you called? And Eli's like, Samuel, no, I was asleep. I didn't call you. So then the same thing happens again. Samuel. And he runs back up to Eli's room and says the exact same thing. Yes, Eli. And Eli's like, Samuel, I was asleep. And it happens a third time, and the same thing happened. And finally, Eli knows what happened. Eli knows it's God. It was God that was calling Samuel. So he says to Samuel, the next time that you hear it, you say, speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. So Samuel hears that voice again, the voice that says, Samuel, Samuel. And this time he says, speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. Now God used Samuel in amazing ways, and this got me thinking, I've had my whole life wrapped around one specific thing that doesn't even matter, my focus. And I asked you guys the same question, why are you at college? Are you here because you want to see that success? Are you here? Are you obsessing like I did over running? Made it my idol? What becomes your idol? Maybe it's running, maybe it's a sport, maybe it's your boyfriend or your girlfriend, your grades. I don't know what it is. But what are we choosing to follow? Are we listening to what God's voice had? That was what was in the back of my head. So I believe here at York College, this is a special place. York College, there's a lot of great things about it that a lot of times we don't realize. But York College has called us to do so many things. And I realized that this year, that it's a very special place. And the first thing is it calls us to find significance. God has given us each special talents and gifts. And success is awesome, but success is gonna fade. The people I will remember at York College will not be because of their success. We've had many All-Americans. We have amazing teachers. We have amazing coaches. But what makes each of them special is the fact that they have played such a great role. Such a great role on this campus, focusing on character, focusing on what is really important in life. Leaving a legacy. What are the fingerprints that you are going to leave? The fingerprints on this campus, and I don't mean getting an All-American banner. I mean the people's lives that you are going to touch by always doing it right, doing the right thing. Next, at your college, they call us all to be leaders. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I don't mean that you have to go to Africa and preach to 5 million people. I don't mean that you have to be the leader of your team. Each of us has a leadership role. There's nearly 500 people on this campus, and there's not one that is better than another. Each of us were called here for a plan and a purpose. We are one body. We are the body of York College. Whether you're the little toe or the heart of this campus, you all have a special purpose. Find that purpose. When you find that purpose, listen to the call God has for you. Just like Samuel was called. Be consistent. Be consistent with who you are. Focus. Focus on what needs to be done. Be committed. Don't just be interested in yourself. Be committed to that calling that God has for you. Care for one another. Use those leadership qualities that you have been blessed with. Use them to the glory of God. Connect with one another. And when I say connect, be willing to put others before yourself. Be willing to reach out there and be there for one another. And last, be contagious. Whether you're a good leader or a bad leader, people notice. People notice who you are. People notice what you're all about. Be who you want to be. The third thing, be grateful. Be grateful for the opportunities you have here. There are many times that I'm just like you. I come to chapel, it's Monday morning, I don't want to be here. I have 10 misses, why not use them for 10 Mondays? Be grateful for the little things. Be grateful for the opportunities that God has placed before you. I was listening to the radio one day during the month of November on my bridge, and the challenge that they asked everyone was for the month of November to not pray for a single thing you need. Pray only giving thanks to God. And I tried this challenge, and you wouldn't believe how hard it is. How hard it is to only thank God for what He's given us. Try it sometime. Try not asking for anything. We are a selfish society, and we are worried about what we need instead of giving thanks for what we have. It's not everywhere that the president of the college knows each and every one of your names. Be thankful for those things. Be thankful that every professor and coach on this campus is willing to pray for you, willing to be there for you. The fourth thing I've learned is be willing to transform. The mission statement is plastered all over this campus. And if you're like me, you see it, you might read the words, but what does it really mean? The mission statement of York College is transforming lives through a Christ-centered education to equip students for a lifelong service to God, family, and society. And those aren't just words. Those aren't words at all. That's what York College lives by. That's what makes it special, that we are one big family. That they equipped us to be there for one another, to prepare us to go out into the world and reach out to others. This is convenient right now. It's convenient to be here. Use it. Use that time you have. Surrounded by a body of Christians, the fact that we can grow together. So earlier I asked the question, why are you here? Why did you come to York College? It's not about the I, or the me, or the you. It's about the us. And I don't mean why are we here right now in the Campbell Center. I mean, why are we truthfully here on this campus? I believe that God has called each one of us here for a special reason. But He has called us all to be together. Look at the person to your left. Take a good look at them. Now look at the person to your right. Those are the people that make this campus special. Those are the people that will transform your lives forever. Those are the special people. One of my favorite quotes is preach the gospel and if necessary, use words. Use those actions. Have actions pleasing and glorifying to God. We don't have to tell people how great you are. So my challenge for you, So one of my favorite Bible scriptures is Jeremiah 29:11 and 12. And I know a lot of you have heard of it. A lot of it, it's probably your favorite verse too. But do we ever truthfully think about it? Truthfully think about those words mean? I know a lot of times we might blurt out Jeremiah 29:11 and say, for I know the plans I have for you to close the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope in the future. And yeah, that feels all awesome and you're like, all right, let's go. But truly imagine it. Imagine if God was here right now. He is here, but imagine if He was in a human form, reaching out to all of us and said, for I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope in the future. Then you will call on me and pray to me. And I will listen. I will listen. How exciting is that? If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. The fact that He knows where we're going to be next year, where we're going to be for the rest of our lives, the fact that we don't have to worry about success, we don't have to worry about any of that, because we know that God has everything in store for us. So the challenge I leave you guys with this week is to find the joy in your life. Keep Jesus first. Keep Him the priority. Trust in His plans, the plan that He has for you. God is awesome. And whether you believe it or not, He's going to take care of all of us. If we truthfully listen to Him. If we don't let our lives get wrapped around small things that don't matter. Using other people as idols, using other things as idols, is not going to get us anywhere. Second, treat others as they would want to be treated. Fulfill that leadership role. Find your significance. Be willing to transform. Do what it takes to make this campus special. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I'm thankful that I'm able to be here today. I'm thankful for the past 4 years I've had. I'm truthfully grateful for you. And I hope you guys are grateful for everyone else. And lastly, about the you. Find your passion. Why are you here? Why do you want to be here? Are you listening to God's call? Just like Samuel was called by God, if God was to say right now, our name, fill in the blank, whether it's Samuel or something else, and we said, speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. What could happen in this world? How is God going to use us? How is he going to use you? How is he going to use me? Now, I don't know what next year has in store for any of us. I don't know what the rest of our lives have in store, but I know as long as we keep Jesus first, as long as we treat others the way that they need to be treated, fulfill our role, our purpose here, that you will come, and it's going to be a great time. You're going to find that joy. Enjoy your time here. It's slowly approaching. It slowly is coming to an end. And for our seniors, this is it. This is it. This is the last time. The last less than 100 days, you'll be surrounded by these people all around you, to your left and to your right. So once again, I say, I don't know where any of us will be, but the one thing I do know is that all of us together only have 96 days left on this campus. Let's make the most of it.